So here I am having a late lunch or early dinner on some Nashville hot chicken as we revisit the first season of Damn That's Good. I mean, can you believe we're about to embark on the second season? I mean, yowza. Who knew? Who knew? And this is actually quite good. Wow, wow, wow. Wow, wow, wow.
I've been searching.
So, the creation of Damn That's Good, we've always wanted to do this show in some form or fashion. This show has gone through a few permutations and combinations in the development of it. But at the core, we have always wanted to feature great local restaurants, great quality places, mom and pops, some of the best stuff that's just mind-blowing. We did not want any stuff that was, as the kids would say, mid. We wanted exceptional cuisines, and I think we've done just that. The Top Ball Texas, that is the best chicken sandwich in America, period. The pickled jalapenos add so much to this. It really does make a difference. You see how flaky this is? Look at this. Incredible. With the green bell peppers in here, the onions, we got the meat in here. This has got the right amount of kick to this, you see? Wow, I really like this. I might eat this all in one sitting, guys. Sorry. Inside the Hotel Monaco in the Penn Quarter neighborhood of Washington, D.C., Dirty Habit. I appreciate the edginess and funkiness in the decor, and there's certainly no funk in the food. Look at this over my shoulder here, the open kitchen. You can see what goes on with the food, so no nefarious stuff here, I can tell you that. I was fortunate enough during a limited period of time to have an incredible 3-course meal, starting off with the flamed ambered romaine lettuce, pepitas, chicken chicharron, bits of romano, and sesame dressing. This actually could be a meal unto itself. The main course, the chicken karaage sandwich, karaage being the Japanese method of deep frying, had a fermented hot sauce, Japanese pickles, and it was topped with coleslaw. There was beauty in its simplicity. When I think about the first show that we shot, Quattro Grill, I'm like, that restaurant, as with some of the others that we featured, Sloppy Mamas and a few more, the common thread to all of these is that these started off as food trucks. And to see the evolution of these from food trucks to brick and mortar is a sight to behold in and of itself. Well, I'm asked, how do we select these? We kind of approach these as food critics. We go in, most of these restaurants, we go in basically blindly, and I have an honest assessment, right then and there. And the reason that we want to go in, a bit blindly to this is because we wanted to make sure that the food that we try is actually representative of the food that is served to the public. If I show up ahead of time and I tell people, hey, we're going to be doing this, then you may get from some people, I won't say everybody, but you may get from some people, especially made dish for me, but may not be representative of what the public will have. So we always want authenticity on this show. Authenticity means a lot to us in terms of selecting the restaurants. We look at reviews, we look at just about everything in determining what's going to go on the show. And what we want are, we don't want national chains. We have nothing against national chains necessarily, but you're not going to find Mickey D's or anybody else on the program. They don't need the help. with all due respect, I think the variety that we have, I think has been great. I think that the thing that really makes all these towns, all of these places across the DMV so wonderful, because we do have a wonderful culinary scene, contrary to what some people believe. We do have a great culinary scene, and what makes that up are great local places. And I think a day that there's no local restaurants and there's no mom and pop type places is not a day that I want to, it's not a world that I want to live in. Oh yes, baseball and apple pie, parts of the American construct. So too is chowing down on barbecue. And after recalling a culinary experience many years ago I'd rather forget, this may very well be one to remember. DC, I was at a barbecue joint years ago and the barbecue was quite sloppy, was not very good, but this place right here, it's anything but. The reason we decided on Sloppy Mamas as the first episode of Damn That's Good was that everything just popped in post. When we were looking at the show in the edits, everything about the place just popped. And I think it really was the embodiment, and I think still very much is the embodiment of what the show is about. Great local place. Family owned, the husband and wife, they catered their own wedding with the barbecue. And the weddings have to be top notch. So with that, the food there was just so great. There we go. What's not to like about this? There's no sauce on this. You can do this without the sauce if you wanted. And this stuff would still be very good. But as we go through this, again, there's a lot of flavor here. And with the amazing Diablo sauce, it adds a very, very nice kick to the ribs. Look at that. How cool is this? Next up, the the Happy Tots. Oh, they're definitely making me happy. Look at how golden this is. It's unbelievable. These are perfect. These are perfect. Right kind of seasoning to it. Not too salty. It's awesome. And I knew that this would really be a great way to kick off the show and have great appeal as much as humanly possible. I had so many people after that first episode tell me that they wanted to go to Sloppy Mamas, and I ended up taking 2 people over there, and they enjoyed it tremendously. So that's the kind of impact that we want to have with this show, is that we want you to see these restaurants, we want you to see these places in the context of the communities, and hopefully when you see the kind of food that people have to offer, that you will then make a beeline to go and support these businesses. And going back on the food truck bit, some of the best restaurants that I've been, some of the best places that I've been have been food trucks. Some of the stuff that either started off as food trucks or some places still have food trucks out there. DC Slices, we did a bonus segment on the food trucks that were over at Nationals Park, and DC Slices remains one of the best pizzas from a food truck that I've had. A longtime favorite of mine, they made over 375,000 pies in 2022, and this slice of Meat Lover's Pizza, pepperoni, Italian sausage, and smoked bacon is absolutely exemplary. Restaurant quality on the college campus, who knew? I really like it when all these restaurants put a little spin on their food or what a concept should be. I think that the Crazy Mason Milkshake Bar in Old Ellicott City is a perfect example. It was such a perfect example because if you looked at how crazy those desserts were, and I mean, they were crazy, it certainly fit the name, I'm like, not only were they Instagram worthy,
They're actually really good.
Inside the former movie theater in charming Old Ellicott City, Maryland, lies the Crazy Mason Milkshake Bar. A South Carolina import, this delightfully wacky place is owned by 2 DMV locals, and they've got some milkshakes that I'd say fit the name, including one that Sir Mix-a-Lot might enjoy. And so did I.
I probably shouldn't have this entire jar of a milkshake. Will I regret it later? Probably. Do I care right now? No. I think it's probably fair to say that I will not be eating anything else for the rest of the day. Yowza.
Another one of my favorites, unconventional diner. Unconventional diner. I mean, I've always had a bit of a soft spot for diners, as I explained in the intro to the show.
As I sit here on the train, dreading the 90-degree heat that will befall me, I'm thinking that there's comfort in the familiar. For me, it may be the halal carts in New York City, or it may be that place with the 50s decor that's open at 3 a.m. in the morning that's got the chicken noodle soup with the small little crackers. That leads to this. You may think you know what a diner is, or that there are rules about what a diner should be. But like some things in life, the rules are meant to be broken.
They took the classic 50s, 60s diner and just completely and utterly flipped this stuff on its head. I mean, you saw how open, how airy this place was, and like the food, oh my god, the food. I mean, like, who would expect mascarpone on pancakes? Like, the pancakes were almost like a freaking dessert, to be honest with you. But I'm like, everything that we had at that point was just freaking incredible. And you still have the level of comfort that I like to see from a diner. It's a diner elevated. It's very elevated. This is not your greasy spoon.
Would you get these pancakes at any typical diner? I don't think so. But let's give this a shot. Let's see. Oh, these are perfect. Perfect. Wow. Wow. This is almost like eating a cake almost. I did not expect the berries and all to come together with this so nicely. But I'll tell you, this is just incredible.
What was also incredible, the fried chicken sandwich with sexy sauce, containing ketchup, mayo, pickles, and cayenne pepper.
Pizookin. That was another stuff that was really, really wonderful, because when I got introduced to Korean barbecue, it was only all you could eat for me. But when we were looking and we were thinking about the places that we were going to feature, and we discovered that, oh, this is Korean barbecue that you can take home, and that this would be a first for me, I'm like, we had to go. I mean, it was a hike. I spent like something like 90 minutes in traffic, funny enough, rush hour. But I would say that it was absolutely worth the drive to come out to there. I mean, from what I remember of it, I mean, it was really, really an incredible sight to have this. I remember that the people that were behind the counter were extremely friendly too. And I mean, that goes a long way with me. You know, when you are friendly and you have, the wonderful customer service to boot, that makes me more inclined, certainly, to come back a second time, a third time, a fourth time, and hopefully as many times as humanly possible. That's the hope.
While I find my bearings and I may not be the king of a city on a hill anytime soon, I am in a city, Alexandria, on a river, the Potomac to be precise, and in a city full of incredible charm, Pazucan truly delights. Before we do that, just check out the menu here. You have all kinds of good stuff here. Bulgogi, spicy pork, spicy chicken, you've got all kinds of good stuff, including, interestingly enough, you've got a chicken nugget with KFC sauce. As I ordered my food, I did have to inquire about the beverages, and let's be real, in this weather, I needed quite a few.
It's like lemonade.
Okay.
Kind of.
The Jeju Yuzu aid I had was absolutely what the doctor ordered.
So now we've got here this rotisserie chicken and some desserts. Why? Because I can. Chicken's very nice. Chicken's quite nice. Fantastic. Falls off the bone. Just terrific.
If love at first sight were a place, Ocean City, Maryland, population 7,000, would be the destination for many of the very kind souls that call this coastal town home, and in my case, a home away from home. Well, besides my alma mater, as my team can attest. But unlike the Diamondback Terrapin, this show will move pretty fast. Trust me with these recommendations, share them with your friends, and please, don't keep them a secret.
Ocean City, Maryland, I thought for the season finale that it would be fun for us to whip around Ocean City, Maryland, population 7,000, to go in and have kind of sort of a free-course meal, if you will, what you would kind of sort of want to have if you wanted to have a free-course meal. And there was just so many places, so many great places from all my travels in Ocean City that have been really wonderful. And if we had a longer time to do the show, then we would have done a lot more. But the places that we did put in, and I think we put like 6 or 7 of these in like a 5-minute or so episode, was just wonderful. I mean, I think about like Bad Monkey, especially, the Mac Attack. I mean, that Mac Attack right there looked really, really good. And I'm sure if you had too many of those, will probably give you a heart attack. But nonetheless, I mean, I thought it was amazing. That's always been the go-to for me, Bad Monkey. I mean, great, great stuff right here. Incredible. And there was, going to the breakfast part of it, there was this place called Brass Balls. Brass Balls. Don't judge a book by its cover. I said one line on the show that a lot of people were like, whoa.
The steak and eggs I had last September, I'd put in the category of highly, highly recommend. My steak, medium, but this biscuit, bodacious. And I mean bodacious.
But, it's true. The biscuit, they name it on the menu, bodacious biscuit. That's not me saying it. They do name bodacious biscuit on the menu. So, I'm glad that some people got a kick out of that line. And what's funny is that I'm not much of a breakfast guy. I'm really not. I'm not much of a breakfast guy. Usually I do not have time to eat breakfast. But one thing that I really, really enjoyed, the steak and eggs. Besides the biscuit, the steak and eggs. Steak and eggs, fantastic, fantastic. Absolutely incredible. And what's even funnier is that I'm not much of an egg guy, as my parents will tell you. But hey, I'll make an exception, for the scrambled eggs, and some medium steak. It was nice. It was very, very nice. But the one place that really stood out for me was Spain.
Look at this view, folks. Can you say yowza? On the rooftop of the Cambria Hotel, Spain. In all my years of coming to Ocean City, this is one of the first restaurants that looks like
it could be in New York or DC. I mean, these guys specialize in tapas, and the flank steak with chimichurri was really, really good. But the standout for me was the empanadas, and with the red pepper sauce, it takes it to another level. I mean, I am absolutely blown away by what they're doing here. I mean, this is just freaking incredible.
People are nice. People are much nicer in Ocean City, by the way. People are much nicer in Ocean City than they are on this side of the Bay Bridge. You know, don't get me wrong, I think that there are a lot of nice people on this side as well, but the people in Ocean City are just, there's an authenticity that I've always enjoyed ever since I started going years ago. It's great. I love it. I love it.
Breakfast, the most important meal of the day, as they say. And what goes with that? Coffee. Coffee Beanery does that quite well. I mean, who doesn't love a great cup of coffee, especially when the person behind the counter compliments your first name? Lovely. Bull on the Beach, which opened their first location on the boardwalk in 1980, does quite well for an early dinner or late lunch. Dinner, is that a thing? Anyway, I'm at their 94th Street location having the Barn and Bay, pip beef, and a jumbo lump crab cake.
This stuff tasted as good as it looked. And the crab cake, fresh, that's exactly what you want right here. And of course, in Ocean City, you gotta have some seafood, by the way.
Finally, dessert. Can't forget about Dunster's Dairyland. It started life on the boardwalk in 1939, and here at the West Ocean City location, just look at this mint chocolate chip ice cream on the cone. Simplicity is a marvelous thing.
Then when I also think about, you know, how unique a lot of these concepts are, I think that's the fun of the show, is discovering how unique this stuff is, the discovery, the adventure. That's what really makes this show, doing this show, creating this show, a lot of fun. And, you know, I hope that people will join us on this adventure, because it is really, really been a lot of fun.
If you haven't caught wind of Charga here in Arlington, Virginia, you should.
Wait, I love the color on this. I do. I know that these guys say that if you haven't had Thai street food, then you haven't had Thai food. This awesome. And I've always wondered, what if you could put suya spice on everything?
These swinging chairs, the shrimp po' boy. And the best parts, besides of course the fried shrimp and remoulade sauce and the incredible presentation.
But I also think that my doctor will very much be happier with me.
I mean, wowzers.
Damn, that's good!
Oh, season 2, it is going to be absolutely superb. I mean, life's a beach, but, you know, I'll tell you, we're going to be, I think, as close to paradise as humanly possible. I think that definitely the cuisines that we're going to be having this year, the visuals, everything about this, I think is going to be absolutely fantastic. So I hope everybody tunes in, like, subscribe, all that fun stuff. And hey, Keith Lee, it's not nothing on me, because we, on this show, have got the real list right here.
Stop.
Just look at this scooter right here. Look at this, wow. You know, I hope that whoever owns this one actually knows what they're doing with it. and knows how to, to ride it. Because some of y'all be reckless with these scooters. I'll tell you that right now. So, the sunglasses being worn on the show, that was a bit of an accidental gimmick, because as we went back to edit the shows, we realized that in all but one of the episodes, the very first episode that we shot, I was wearing sunglasses. And the reason for that was I would carry the sunglasses in my one case, but then, I would switch between that and the regular glasses, and, getting them on and putting them off. I was like, it's a bit of a hassle, and I didn't want to have to carry the case all the time. So I'm like, look, I'm just going to wear my sunglasses throughout the entire show, at all. And I think that has become the identity of the show. Again, an accidental gimmick that we have done here. So that's how that rolls. So if you just so happen to see a 6'3" tall black man wearing sunglasses inside your restaurant, that's why. I wonder if you do actually need a driver's license for a scooter. Probably not, but hey, with the way I see some of these people driving these scooters, maybe we should have driver's licenses for these.